Hi, it's Miss Fontaine. I just wanted to give you a quick review video before the quiz, because I did put quite a few topics on there that we went over the last couple weeks. So just follow along with your notebook, and then you'll be ready to take the quiz, and you will get a very good grade. So here, like we did yesterday, it says in many states you must be at least 16 years old to obtain a driver's license. So I'm going to call the driver's license D. And I'm going to write D as my variable. So remember, these are the signs that we can use. So at least means that it does include 16 years old. You can be 16 years old to get a driver's license. So that means it's not going to be one of these because it includes 16. So it's going to be greater than, because you have to be greater than or equal to 16 to get a driver's license. So that's going to be, sometimes it's going to say must be less than 16 years old or more than 16 years old, and then you would use these signs. But right now it says at least, which means it includes 16. Now we have combining like terms, 5n plus 11n. So it's like we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 n's, and we're adding another 11 n's. So how many do we have in total? 11, 1, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So we have 16 n's in total. We're combining like terms. If they didn't have the same variable, or one of them didn't have a variable, we couldn't combine them because they wouldn't be like terms. Now we have a graph. So I'm going to draw it. The question would ask, is it a function? So I'm going to draw my vertical line, and I'm going to pull it across. It's only crossing once here. So it's passing the vertical line test because it's only crossing the vertical line once. So yes, it is a function because it passes the vertical line test. So you always have to explain your reasoning. So you could say for a graph it passes the vertical line test, or you could say, or yes, the x values all only have one y value. Well, actually, we should say, sorry, all the inputs only have one output. Remember, that was our definition for a function from the other day. So you could use either one of those definitions, those reasonings. And now this one, we are going to say the domain and range. Remember, the domain is the x values. So this is a new concept I didn't teach yet about how to get the domain and range from this, but you could infer from what we learned. So the domains are the x values. So I'm just going to write all the x values here with the brackets. And that's another way to write the domain. Okay, and then the range is all the pink highlighted y values. There's not a question like this on the quiz, just they want to know whether it's a function or not, which we'll get to in a minute. So that's another way to write domain and range. And if they give you a set of points like this, you just take the x, you just separate the x values from the y values. And now they want to know if it's a function. So we have to look at the x values. Do any of them repeat? No. So it is a function, yes, because, and then you would use the second definition here, the second reasoning. All the inputs only have one output. And that's your reasoning for if it's a function or not. When there's a set of points. You can't say the vertical line test because you don't, you didn't graph it and you have no proof of that. So you have to say that all the inputs only have one output. So again, this is, remember I said the only confusing part is that they use so many different words for everything that have to do with a function. So input, output. So all the inputs only have one output. So that's your reasoning. And now here is just a nice little thing I want you to look at. This isn't on the quiz, but you should, I saw this question and I realized you should definitely see. So f of 10, remember we learned how to do that with an equation. When they give us a set of points, all we have to do, you guys might be able to figure this out already since according to what we learned already. All we have to do, they're saying f of x equals y, right? So that's the format. So f of x equals y. So whatever x equals, that's what y equals, when y equals. So when x equals 10 in this function here, then y equals 7. So f of 10 equals 7. So it's that easy. We're going to do a lot of these. I found a really good worksheet that has every aspect of a function that we need to know. So I'll be using that for some exercises. And this is just a quiz review, so make sure you copied these down and that you think you understand them, and then you can take the quiz and you'll do really good. Thanks.